Internet of Things, and we are Group 6. And I am Juan Gutierrez.
I'm Riley Gould.
I'm Nico.
I'm Jacqueline Guerrero.
And I'm Irving.
So I'm going to start us off. We're going to get into a basic introduction of what the Internet of Things is. Essentially, I'll give you some brief facts. The Internet of Things describes a network of physical objects or things, that's where the things comes into play, that are embedded within sensors, softwares, or other technologies that have the purpose of basically interconnecting and kind of exchanging data between devices. Now, obviously, devices have hardware like sensors and that collect data. And once they collect that data, the data is then shared via the cloud and integrated with software. And that software analyzes and transmits that data to different users via an apps or website. So what this is, think about Alexa. Think about how you can tell your Alexa to turn your lights on or to play your favorite channel on TV. It's basically the interconnected relationship between one device to another.
Now we will get into the stats behind IoT. There's actually a lot of very interesting facts, a lot of money that has recently been put into IoT. The IoT industry is expected to top over $1 trillion by 2024, and it should be at over 500 billion devices connected by 2030. So its market size is growing significantly over the next few years. The global IoT market size has reached 399.41 billion in 2022 and is expected to grow to 486 billion in 2023. It has grown massively in the industrial, healthcare, and agricultural markets to the point where in the healthcare, it's over $290 billion in 2023. In industrial care, it is over $100 billion by 2026. And in agriculture is expected to grow over $15 billion in 2023.
So the business applications of IoT is actually a lot more than what you think it is. Business applications of the Internet of Things have significantly transformed the landscape of modern enterprises. By integrating interconnected devices and sensors, businesses can streamline operations, enhance efficiency, and make data-driven decisions. In manufacturing, IoT enables predictive maintenance by monitoring equipment in real time, reducing downtime, and optimizing production processes. Retailers use IoT to improve customer experiences through smart shelves, inventory tracking, and personalized marketing strategies. In the logistics sector, IoT facilitates real-time tracking of shipments, optimizing routes, and ensuring timely deliveries. Additionally, in smart buildings, IoT technologies contribute to energy management, security systems, and occupancy monitoring. The wealth of data generated by IoT devices empowers businesses to gain valuable insights, fostering innovation and competitiveness in a digitally connected world.
All right, yeah. So for the key players, this isn't going to come as much as a surprise, but we got U.S. and China. With the U.S. coming in at estimated about the market size of like 400 billion in 2022, and with China forecasted to reach around 600 billion by 2030. And for U.S., the big companies that really bring it in for us in terms of IoT are the main ones. The Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. This is pretty obvious. The big tech companies that are really well known. And for China, it's the same thing. Just in China, there's China Mobile, Quectel, and Huawei. I don't know if I'm saying those right, but they're also the big tech companies over there in China. And you can actually get certified in IoT and Internet of Things. There's two major ways that you can get certified that I found. It's either through online courses or universities. So for online courses, you can either go random and just look up, Internet of Things certification and just click the first one, or look at reviews, test your luck, do whatever you want. But you can also go more specific and look up, okay, like the last slide, like you can look up like a Microsoft Internet of Things certification, Apple Internet of Things certification, that sort of thing. And then that will be more specified if you're trying to get into that company and work for them in the Internet of Things area. right? And then we also have universities. So this is more self-explanatory. It's just kind of what we're doing with our own degrees. But now you can do it for Internet of Things. Like there's every day there's more courses, there's more degree plans, and just training in general in the Internet of Things world.
All right. So like all things, there's advantages and there's disadvantages to the Internet of Things. First, we'll take a look at the advantages. Some of the advantages are that the Internet of Things benefits people by providing convenience through like smart home devices, and it improves healthcare with remote monitoring. It also enhances transportation with connecting vehicles and optimizing resource management in various industries. Uh, some of the disadvantages are that the Internet of Things introduces security risks, and there can be like potential like data breaches and unauthorized accesses to connected devices and privacy concerns. Like IoT can be exploited through vulnerabilities leading to serious consequences, such as like compromised personal information and even some safety hazards if critical systems are like compromised, such as like an important company gets all their data leaked and things like that. Again, like hackers may also take personal information from the system, which ties into like data breaches and things like that, and can do many bad things. So those are things that you should look out for inside the Internet of Things. And yeah.
Now we will be discussing, we will each give our opinion on the future of IoT. All right. I, Juan, believe that IoT will eventually become a large connected like web, essentially, of a lot of different devices all just connected to each other, to where we will be able to control the IoT or like every single thing around us just through one device. Like a computer, I mean, now we have things like Alexa, like our phones, computers, I mean, screens all around us, just all connected to one, being able to just think through one different thing, and honestly, just all function under the same thing. So that's what I think is the very future of IoT in this next coming years, and hopefully that'll be something very exciting in the next few years.
I just think that more and more people will be, trying to get their certifications, trying to get into like the workforce. Actually, showing this presentation to my dad earlier today, he was even interested, and he said he might try to get certified just because he thought it was interesting.
So I took a different approach. I think that the future of IoT consists of some sort of automation, whether that's AI. Just if you think about it this way in a brief sense, imagine you are preparing to enter your garage. You open the garage and you start your car and you drive off, like everyone does. Almost every American household does this morning. Imagine if there was some sort of predictive analysis that once you opened your garage door at a time before 7 p.m. or 7 a.m., I should say, it can kind of predict that he's most likely going to turn his car on. So that by the time you get in your garage, your car's already on. It's waiting for you. Or by the time you open your door, the garage door is already open. So that's one thing I think. Another thing I predict is increased security risks. As we become more interconnected as a society, especially with our technological devices, I can see the ability for a hacker to just hack into, I don't know, one of our home devices or even our smartphone, and that would potentially give them access to our house or our bank or any other part that's been interconnected because of the Internet of Things. So yeah.
So I think that the future of the Internet of Things definitely holds some promise for like increased connectivity and integration of smart devices. So it's gonna, like Riley said, enhance automation. I definitely think that's a part of the future of the Internet of Things. It'll be more efficient. It'll be much more data driven. It'll have much more insights across various sectors, like in healthcare, transportation, and like smart cities. Like we live in Houston, so the future of IoT is definitely going to be big in the city of Houston. And also, like Riley said, there are still going to be like challenges, like as we become more interconnected, security and privacy breaches will be a threat, and those definitely have to be monitored, and some sort of solution has to be put into place in order to prevent that from happening in the future.
There are definitely a lot of pros and cons to the continued growth and impact of IoT. Obviously, the pros are going to be that as a society, we're going to become a lot more sophisticated in what we're doing. Everything's going to become even more efficient, and the smart city, like we're going to have more smart cities, and then our healthcare systems are going to be a lot more advanced, agriculture, and a whole bunch of other sectors and all of that. So I think that'll be really interesting, but also I feel like it'll hurt us a lot as a society, just like making us, I don't want to say lazy, but it's like because we're so used to like everything coming so fast, and like it's almost because of like this hyper efficiency, it makes us lazier, especially with like AI and all of these things. It's like I feel like we don't really think anymore. It's almost like we rely so heavily on the Internet of Things to do everything for us. So it's like I wonder where it's like where we're gonna go. And that's pretty much it.
All right, and here are our references, and if there's any questions for the class. Thank you.